Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Breakfast Spelunky show for November 22nd, 2019. Um, let's see what's going on here. Tripmo says, how do I work around the fact that I'll be cheating in my daily run if I watch this first? You're not cheating. That's how you work around that fact. You're just getting a little bit of information. That's fine. Hi, Unparalleled Devin. Hi, Alex. Good to have you here. Let's see. I am trying a couple of new interfaces here, so let's see if this works. Seems to be working fine. If the audio is off, actually I should probably pull this back up. If the audio is off, again, if the game audio is too quiet, I usually tend to put the game audio pretty low. But then when I check it later, sometimes it's like super quiet, but yeah, just let me know. Okay, and without further ado, I guess the one thing I realized I did last week, and also, by the way, I am going to show the video of last week, because last week I died in the weirdest way that I did not see when it happened, but we'll go over that afterward. But I got cut off because we had technical issues, and this is not to brag, but if you can spare the cash, I got this recently. This is the Xbox One Elite 2, I think is what it has, a very long title. This is the best controller I've ever used in my life. It's stupidly expensive. I think it's $180. But man, this is what happens. Obviously, you could never pack this along with a console because it's just way too expensive. It's like costs more than a Switch, or costs as much as a Switch Lite. That's crazy. But the controller is fantastic. I've been playing that new Star Wars game with it and all that stuff. Yeah, Unparalleled Dev says, I didn't know it existed. I didn't know it existed either before I watched a Tim Rogers video on Kotaku. So the D-pad, this is not supposed to be the D-pad is actually maybe the best D-pad on any Nintendo style controller I've ever used. It's also weirdly, it's magnetic, so you can take it off, right? So you can exchange it for the D-pad that comes with it, which is this weird circular thing that I don't like at all. But then it just snaps back on. Same with the sticks; they just pull off, and you can put on bigger sticks. But yeah, overall, it's just like stupidly amazing. And also these weird triggers on the bottom that are supposed to replace your face buttons so that you can not have to like take your thumb off the right stick. I think that's all. I don't need that stuff necessarily, but the controller itself is just amazing. So, but now watch me die in 2 seconds with this $200 controller. Yeah, most D-pads are not great, I'm gonna say. Although I thought the Xbox One controller D-pad was already pretty decent. I know that some people prefer the SNES D-pad, so I still have these 8-bit duos that I mostly have because I have an analog NT, a Super NT. They're great. This is better. This is nostalgia, right? Maybe some people just need it, but like this is just blows it out of the water. Poja Poo Head, hey, good morning. Alex says, does it make you win in Modern Warfare multiplayer? It does not, Alex, as you know, because we tried that together, and I got way better than I expected. But this is not the Modern Warfare show. This is a Spelunky show. And Unparalleled Dev says, Nintendo patent for their D-pad ran out, so now D-pads will be better. That's good news, if that's true. I guess it's true. I have not confirmed that, but if you're saying there's a patent limitation on the D-pad, I was just sometimes assuming that corporations like Microsoft just bite the bullet and say, whatever, let's just give them the patent fees and just make it. Because that does happen on occasion. Okay, let's get into this. Let's see. Okay, so this is week 4. First week, I beat it. Second week, I died in 3 seconds. Third week, I got decently far. Got it. Okay, Pojo. Thanks. I tend to try to pronounce the entire Twitch handle, but I guess that's fine. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, weirdly enough, I just realized I have not played with this controller yet. So I am still getting used to it. So let's see. Yeah, it feels very different. Okay. What am I doing here? Let's not mess this up right away. Yeah, because I do... Here's the thing, I play the daily every day on my PS4. And sometimes people tend to have this attitude towards, oh, what's the big difference? It's still a D-pad. If you play a game at like the regularity that I play this game, that super matters, right? Oh, that wasn't great. Didn't actually want to jump down there. Yeah, like there's a, I don't know if anyone here follows, man, I did not want to drop down there. I don't know if anyone here follows FIFA or anything, right? But like, that's probably worth a rope. So normally I don't use ropes just to get money. Also, I would have got this for free if I hadn't been an idiot and dropped down. But I think that's worth a rope. If anyone if anyone follows FIFA, right? They have a tournament for PSN or for PS4 and for Xbox separately, right? And I think it's mostly just because of the controllers. And then the grand finals is like the winner of PlayStation versus the winner. Ugh. Yeah, maybe that's worth it. Versus the winner of the Xbox. And then they have to play each other on the other console, which it's like home and away style thing. Yeah, I'm getting used to this controller. It's going pretty fast. The D-pad's also really clicky, so that's a thing I'm just super not used to right now. I don't think you've got game audio on stream at all. Okay, so let me just turn it. Okay, Kevin Thompson says I don't have game audio on stream at all. It's saying that I do. But let me turn it up a bit. Actually, let me turn it up in OBS, and then next I will turn it up in here. Desktop audio. That's weird. It's telling me, so at least it's showing me that there's audio coming out of it. Let's see. Here now. Perfect. Great. If I overdid it, if I was a little bit overzealous and it got way too loud, let me know and I'll turn it down a bit. Perfect. Okay, so here, let's think. So here, this is obviously not a decision, right? Like, I can buy it. Well, sometimes I like the compass over the gloves, but you really need the gloves. Or need is a strong word, but as much as I love the compass, right? Okay, so now the main thing to watch out for is that I don't miss the key somewhere up here in the corner, but I don't think that's the case now. Okay. Unparalleled Dev just pasted a link, whoever invented the D-pad. Okay, so I'm gonna, yeah, I was like, my gut feeling was saying that's where I'm gonna find the key. Okay, so let's not be stupid about the, well, the pug's gonna save themselves. Good. Man, I'm getting a little bit crazy about money here right now. Is that worth it? Is that worth throwing a bunch of ropes just to get the compass? Probably not, right? Yeah. I like the compass more than most. Like, I know a lot of people kind of are a little bit down on it. They're like, ah, who cares? It's like a beginner's thing that you need in the ice caves because there's the bottomless pit. You don't know where the exit is, but there are other situations where it's just nice to know. That said, that thing pops up all super helpful in the jungle. Yeah, it pops up all the time. It's not one of those. I'm not too worried. Like, I think I made the right call. And also, I only have 3 ropes, and there have been situations where the run is very, very skimpy on ropes. Bomb cook and climbing goes to give out with like using a rope. Yeah, that's a sure shot way to kill myself. Okay. So that's with that out of the way. Now we just try to get through here. Probably worth a bomb. I hear the pug. Do I care enough? Oh yeah, this is totally gonna work. Well, wait a second. I don't want to get hit by that. Do not want to get hit by the arrow. Also, I want to go in there. I want to get that anyway, so let's just drop a bomb there. Yeah. Because I think that may have opened... See, that was totally worth it. Totally worth it. But now... Yeah, okay. Let's not be dumb about that. I'm, as I say, like, on this stream... I tend to be a little bit more thoughtful than when I'm playing it on other days of the week. And then, you know, I still get lucky occasionally. Like, I think I beat it on PSN one time this week. And it was a very generous run that had, like an insane amount of jetpacks. Okay, so let's just get the pug. And then, so yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point everyone who's watching this knows what I'm doing, but right, like wonderful. So that could almost not have gone better, right? So I need to, for the game to even work, whoops, sweet. For the game to even be remotely beatable by a person with my skill set, I super need the glue, right? I need to be able to stick Anubis. I need to be able to, I don't know, there's so many situations where I'm just lost if I have to, like, precision throw bombs. Like, I have to have them be able to stick to things. And it's breakfast time. Okay. Okay, cool. So here's the... So now I don't even have to worry about the big spider at the top. I mean, I would love... Here's a minor nitpick about the D-pad on this controller. I wish it was a little higher. It's just those weird things where it's like, if it was like 2 millimeters displaced, it would be perfect. Right? It's like super insane and specific. I don't think it's worth well, I say this. I'm at 6 ropes. Nope, it's probably worth going back up. Just gotta watch out that I don't get hit by that. Don't get hit by the spider. Yeah, this is for sure. Yeah, for sure the right call. That was easily worth 2 ropes to get the Cup of Kali. Yeah, Unpredictable Dev says makes bombs more predictable. That's pretty good. That's pretty good with your username. Oh, I forgot to take the rock. Alex asks, did you get the Spelunky achievement in the past? No, I have never once achieved it. I've tried a few times, but I never, well, and I say like very few times, right? Not a whole lot. Oh, Nick just tweeted. I just saw. Nick just tweeted that we're doing a rerun for the podcast this week. Yeah, we didn't get around to recording a show. which is not great because that hasn't happened yet. But the good news, the rerun is the Justin Ma. Brian is his brother. It's the Justin Ma episode on Into the Breach. 16 bombs? Yeah, I have enough bombs to be a little bit splurgy. Didn't have to do that. Right, so one of my least favorite ways to end this is that I just mess up and miss the... Oh shit, let's not do that. I wanted to be really cheeky and save using a bomb here, because I'm not going to try to do this any smart way. Which turns out kind of risky because of that. Wow. Wow. Okay, this is not a great situation. Oh, damn. Oh, okay. I'm really asking for it right now. ShadowX says no podcast this week. No new podcast, unfortunately. Unparalleled Dev. Every time I play this game now, I think of Andy L picking components for a wooden sushi set. Yeah, it's good. Oh man. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna. There, guys. I'm not dealing with this. Jesus. Okay. That was expensive. That was really expensive, but I was close to dying. Yeah, no, we tried to get an interview because we're trying to balance the show between like probably on average 3 out of 4 shows being interviews, and then 1 with just us chatting. And we just did one of those, and we didn't have a person, or time, like scheduling didn't work. Good news though is that the next person is Terry Kavanagh, who made Dicey Dungeons and VVV, which is one of my favorite games of all times. Super Hexagon, that person. So Terry's going to be on our next show, which... Oh, wow, am I not... Oh, okay, great. So that's a function of me taking way too long. Okay, let's just get out of here. Man, what a not great... Well, I guess I have to get that. So this is what happens when you think through your when you speak out your thought process. Everything takes 10 times as long. Okay. So yeah, I keep on finding myself grabbing for the analog stick, which is not great. And I'm pretty sure that would not happen. Yeah, let's bomb our way in there. Pretty sure that wouldn't happen if I wasn't playing it on PSN all the time. So I don't, to be clear, I don't need the money here. I'm just making sure that I don't accidentally miss the black market. Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like I'm gonna miss it. Uh-oh, no. Yeah, I think we're good. But yeah, so I think I was starting that thought earlier. I hate it so much if I have to end the run because I missed the black market. So I'm trying to be very careful about not doing that. It still happens every now and then. Like I think I mentioned this earlier. In an earlier show even. I'm not exactly sure exactly how far I have to be away for the clicker. The clicker. I don't think that's what it's called. For the Udget eye to go off. See, this is a lovely situation where I feel like if I don't use a rope, I'm just going to fall into those spikes because I'm not going to make the jump. I might make the jump, but also, I have 7 ropes. That's just unnecessary. Oh, okay. Let's not get unnecessarily hit. Yep, not gonna risk missing the black market here. I still have 12 bombs. See? Oh boy, and this is ugh. Okay, good thing we have. So sometimes we'll see now if this is the case. No, it's further down. Sometimes the black market is literally 1 block adjacent from one of those vaults. Oh, come on. I think it's over there. I'm not sure. Ugh. This is not great. Yep. It sure is. It sure is back there. You think left? Nope. It's here. I know this is crazy what I'm doing, but oh, please. Okay, so this is bad. Because that was going to happen. Wait, where is he? Okay, I'm not going to deal with this. Just get all this money. Okay, this is not good. This is really, yeah, that Jeff Wiggins, man, yeah, that's rough. So let me take a quick breather and a coffee break, coffee sip break. So that's rough when that happens, right? Especially if you don't have the Matic. If you have the Matic, you can still somehow like go over the vault, right? And like, try to get there without using 12 bombs. But hey, I got there. So now the only bad news is that because of where that thing was placed, the shopkeeper is going to be hyper aggro the second I get into the black market. So I'm going to run to the left really fast. But still, right? So there was a helper in there. So this always gets very, very hairy, right? Because now, what am I supposed to do? So that was my last bomb. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get the shopkeeper to go down to the lower level. But it's actually super hard with the tools I have right now, right? Because he's going to keep on doing that jump. So I kind of have to try to stick him. But man, that's an iffy proposition. Oh, I got him. Still, this is not good, right? Because there's another shopkeeper there. Oh! What? What is up? What is up, everyone? Okay, so let's okay, I feel like I have to take a deep breath here, but it's going pretty good, right? I have 26 bombs. I will read the chat afterwards. I have 26 bombs. I have 5 health. I have the cup. If I can keep my cool, then this is probably not terrible. Yeah, I have to get whatever's in there. Ooh, look, and I even get a free compass. What a beautiful little bonus for my efforts. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Ugh. Really? Really, game? This is how you're gonna play me? Okay, so that dude's stuck behind that thing, so I'm gonna try to do the following. This might not work, we'll see. Hopefully one of those got him. Yep. Whew. Whew. Okay. I gotta take a break after that one. Okay, so, okay, let's see what happens here. Jeff Wiggin, bummer. Nice, well played, bravo. Thank you, everyone. That was one of the harder black markets. Because at least for me, if you've seen me play before, you know that I am pretty meticulous about procedure. And that required a ton of, from me, required a ton of improv. Which, not necessarily my strong suit in Spelunky, believe it or not, even though this game requires that. Okay, what's this guy got? Nothing I need. Nothing I need, so ideally I don't even trigger him at that point. So instead I'm just gonna... I wish I would like that blood. Well, let's get that blood. I know it's mean to kill the pug, but... Wait a second. Let's do a nice little thing. See if either it triggers him or it kills him. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really going after blood a whole lot right now because I have to kill myself pretty soon anyway. Do something here just to make sure that that thing doesn't get in our way. Yeah. Okay, there we are. So this is where we have to get dead anyway, which, while we could do that right away, there's a nice little get an extra heart move by just saving the pug here in this level. Right, because then we die, fill back up to 4. But also, let's see. Yeah, I was pretty sure that was going to happen. Okay. We are fully, well, I'd say fully in business for me would mean to also have the jetpack. Alex says use the blood. Yeah, use the blood now, right? So as of now, where I know my health is at 5, now I have to be not crazy about that. But honestly, normally, the way I treat the blood for the Cup of Kali is I use it... I don't go out of my way to fill that thing up, right? Which, probably not the best strat, but it's how I play it. Yeah, Alex, it's because there's no value in doing that beforehand. Well, I mean, unless you're worried that you're going to die before you get to the ice cave level where you have to die anyway. Right, now that you made me aware of it, I'm going to actually try to use the cup whenever I think about it. This guy's just going to get stuck. Now, yep. That worked. So I didn't, again, the timing for me is not, I don't really try hard, but like sometimes what will happen is if he doesn't immediately walk off the edge of the world, he'll just leave his shotgun behind, which is cool. If I sacrifice the Yeti here, I'll still get the blood, but I actually have to catch those beads for the blood stuff to work, which I did not just now, so So that triggered shopkeeper. Yeah, I don't care. As I say, the only thing that would be super cool right now is if we came past the alien spaceship so that we could get the jetpack. Because yeah, I have a probably unnaturally high opinion of the jet. Oh, the jetpack's just the best item, like not even by a little bit, right? Yeah, Unparalleled Dev says game-breaking item. Yeah, and Zach had a really cool insight on that in one of our really early shows, right, where he said, like, for beginners, I mean, for people who've played as much as I have, it's just like, it's the best item, right? It basically makes you, like, makes traversal super simple. It's not, there are areas where it's actually not that super useful, but it just becomes useful again, right? So it's like, it's always good. I don't like that this is a dark level. Let's just bomb our way down here. And Zach's insight was that for beginners, it's amazing because you don't get it that often, but when you do, you feel like you've been granted the opportunity to get further in the game, so the stakes are much higher. And it just causes like an amazing sense of accomplishment if you get to that point. Okay, so a few things here that are just scary now, right? Like I didn't get to. So this is all BS right now, right? Because now, ugh. So I did not find Anubis yet, which is not good, right? So I'm gonna try to make sure that first thing I'm gonna do is try to make sure that the shopkeeper doesn't wreck the day. But oh, okay, that's not okay. So but now the shopkeeper is gonna wreck the day. So something. This is not. This is bad. This is like really, really bad. Because I have. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, if I can survive. Yeah, this is. Okay, so I'm. Resource-wise, this is going not absolutely terrible, but like the big problem here is that. Oh. Come on, shoot, shoot. Well, yeah, so the big problem here is that... Wait, I took his gun. Is that I can't just leave the game because this is literally the level where I have to find Anubis, right? Oh, Jesus. I just triggered an arrow. Ay, 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 ay. Uh-oh. Well, it's as so often the case that I can probably stay in this level for a really long time. Yeah. Well, so ShadowDX says this is why they're... Go Bear 25, you did. Not yet. Not yet. But probably. Right, so, because where the hell? So... I'm at zero ropes. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, okay. So I was at 0 ropes. I didn't... So let's see. Let's see what just happened. Insert everything's fine gif here for Pojo. Yup. Let me quickly turn down the audio for the game a little bit because it doesn't have to be that loud now. Actually, I'm just going to do that in the game because that way I can hear everyone as well. Let's just keep the audio up here. Go back here. Just turn it off here for a second. Yeah. Man. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's turn that off. Yeah, man, that was rough. So, Kober, you did. Yeah, you were right. It was too tight. Jeff Wiggins says, I just stepped away from my computer for a second, came back to this. Good luck. Yeah, well, Unparalleled Div, RIP, Pojo, GG. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, that was rough. Especially after such a hard, brutal other level, right? That's, wow. Like, that was just like, you know what? I don't need to have this on. I'll just turn off the audio here altogether so that you're not hearing that stuff anymore. There we go. Yeah, that was just brutal. Like, after such a brutally difficult black market and a brutally difficult to find black market, right? To be put into a 4-1 dark where Anubis wasn't on the main path and I couldn't... Well, I did bomb my way through. Anubis may have been on the main path, but sometimes Anubis is just hidden off in like the far corners of the world in like an area that you have to bomb your way to. Right, that'll happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. I've rarely seen 401 be dark in that way where, yeah, that was just rough. And then I couldn't see where the shopkeeper was. At least I got rid of the shopkeeper. I mean, I could have, if I wanted to, I could have beaten the game. I could have beaten Olmec, right? But I don't think that that's why I'm playing this game, right? I don't think that that's why I'm on this anymore. Let's see. Let me see if there are, like, where can I actually see this? I don't know. I think there's relatively low activity today, but thank you all for watching. Normally I'd say I'd fill this up with another 20 minutes of yada yada yada, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions or anyone asking stuff in the chat. And I do have other work to do. So I don't always have to, and last time I also realized that I went way over the 1 hour limit that I'd set myself. I just think that I don't necessarily have to do that. I think if I keep myself to playing the game and then chatting about my play a little bit afterward, it's much more likely that I'll do this more than once a week. But one thing I could do before I sign off, let's do that. I am going to open up a browser tab and full screen that browser tab and go to the YouTube channel, and then you'll see it in a second. Let's see. Where is your channel? Okay, so let's go to entire desktop scene. Because yeah, the way I died last time, yeah, sure, whatever. If assuming this overloads. Good job, YouTube. Huh. That's cool. Let's see if the other videos load. Because I just wanted to quickly go over how I died last time. But it looks like, yeah, close player. It looks like YouTube is being very uncooperative right now. Anyway, we'll see if that still loads up in the background. Because yeah, my death was just so dumb. Also, like I just didn't. Actually, I'm gonna go jump to it, but yeah, YouTube's not loading. Weird. Yeah, because last time it went so fast that I couldn't see it happen. And I think what happened in the end is that I had thrown a bomb up against the ceiling. That ceiling, yeah, exactly. Unparalleled Dev says a few things. If playtime doesn't begin shortly, try restarting your device. Sure, YouTube. That's the problem right now. Um, so what happened was I threw a bomb. It stuck to the ceiling. That ceiling collapsed, and a mummy dropped through. And I don't even think the mummy hit me. But then the mummy was down there and started spewing death flies or death. They're not flies, right? They're locusts, right? So it started spewing locusts, and then I got cursed. So when you get hit by the locust, it says you died of a curse or something. Oh, here we go. That's not here. Oh no, it is here. So it was in the City of Gold. So let's see. Oh yeah, and now let me turn off the audio for that because man, YouTube, what is going on? Is Google Stadia like destroying the Google servers, and now YouTube can't run anymore? So let me pause this and let it buffer because yeah, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to drop the floor out, and then the mummy falls down and just kills me. But it happened so fast, and I was so focused on the shopkeeper at that point already that I didn't know what was happening. So I'm not going to fast forward here. Also, I feel like at that point I was already like losing my cool. Like, what am I doing here? See? I love when I confirm my own stupidity. So I was trying to get I want but I'm losing it here, right? So if I'm trying to do a thing and it's not working, why am I losing my mind? Oh, I'm losing my mind because the ghost is going to come in a second. Yeah. Oh wait, desktop audio is not on at all.
Uh-oh.
Oh, see?
God.
Okay.
What did I just get?
Yeah, so let's rewind and see if I can rewind that a little bit. This is just, yeah, I was trying, yeah, Unparalleled Dev, farming blood. I was going to try to farm blood, but that obviously didn't work well. Because what I forgot was that the mummy will just walk off a ledge, right? I thought I could just wait until the mummy goes to the ledge and walks back and around, but that's not how that happens, right? The mummy will just straight up walk off a ledge. Yeah, mummy tap with locust follow up. Man, what is going on, YouTube? Let's do this in the background. Oh, here we go.
Oh, right, the vomit. Why am I doing this stupid thing here right now? I could just be getting under that.
So someone in the chat at that point had already pointed out to me that I should be farming.
Also at 208. I kind of don't want to mess this up right now. Oh, I missed that. I already did mess it up.
That was supposed to be farming mummy bile at that point, right?
Where's the exit? Oh shit! Okay. Now
I love it.
So
it's so funny to watch yourself play because it's so obvious, right? That when you watch other people play, you're like, oh, I can't believe they did that stupid thing. And it's like, yeah, guess what? If you were talking while you were playing it, you'd probably be doing that stupid thing too.
The last time.
Unparalleled Dev's asking, what does mummy bile do? It does nothing to you, but if you have the cup of Kali, and the mummy is on a ledge and spewing locusts, and the bile drops off the ledge, if you can capture the bile with the cup, you can just get to 99 health. Right? It's like blood. Like functionally in the code, they treat it like blood when it touches you. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Also, we're back to YouTube. Like that was, man, this is so funny that YouTube's being so uncooperative.
So much.
Okay, so I'll try to. I can't frame through it, right? I guess because going left and right is like 5 seconds in YouTube. Plus, this is gonna happen. So I can just try to tap. Oh, come on. But yeah, so I was trying at that point to get under the ledge so that when you're right under the mummy will try to hit you with the locusts, but it doesn't quite. And I'm just curious.
Talk so much.
It's so funny. So really, I have to open another tab for that to work.
This happened.
Okay, what am I doing here? right? So I stuck a bomb to the...
Oh god. What? I just get... What? I just get hit by...
Thanks, YouTube. Thank you. So my speed test
Hi.
should not be the problem.
I don't even... Okay.
Because I don't think...
I would have to watch that again. Can someone explain?
Which I'm trying to do right now.
Because I know for a fact... Let's turn down the audio a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'm good with
I know for a
600,
fact
700 megabit per second.
That lava flow
Right.
doesn't hit me, right? I do not cursed.
Yeah, I don't know. YouTube is just borked right now, so maybe I'll go over this next time. But basically, yeah, that happened. So for some reason, I probably missed... I wanted to stick the shopkeeper, but instead I stuck the ceiling, and that got me a visitation from a mummy that then killed me, right? So it's just me being totally like off, right? Like going on tilt, right? This is like what Zach used to say when he watched me play and I just lose my cool because something happened that I wasn't expecting. That's usually how I get dead. Yeah. Unparalleled Dev says snowball effect. That's pretty much it. But without going into too much design detail, I think that Spelunky of all games really hits the mark on like time of play versus just going back to it. Like it's really short. It's short enough, right?
Oh, I messed that up. I already did mess it up. Okay.
So supposedly this buffered enough now. So I'm just gonna let this run again. With me in the frame twice.
Now,
awesome.
Okay, so I think this may have happened almost in the same
I'm just gonna let this run now
the last time.
and not touch it.
Like I managed to talk.
Right. So I'm getting rid of the lava because I'm scared of dying to the lava.
This
Right.
happened.
So and now instead of I do not know why I did that. Right. So mummy comes down,
What did I just
locusts come
get, what did I
out,
just get hit by?
but I didn't see that. Right. So at the time when I was playing that. Stop this. At the time I was playing it, I really didn't know what was happening. Right. I had no idea that's why I died. Unparalleled Dev says there were 2 mummies on that ledge. Yeah, and I obviously didn't want to bomb that ledge, right? I was trying to deal with the shopkeeper, but because I was doing 5 things at the same time, that's where my dexterity just breaks apart, right? And that's fine. That's fine. Like the game does an amazing job of balancing like your ability to strategize versus your ability to execute on the strategy. And I think that's just fine, right? So usually I won't get too bent out of shape when that happens. Today's death was just dumb, right? Like it was just like, that's the kind, I mean, again, dumb is the wrong word because if I had pulled that off, right? If I had still found Anubis and managed to get out of that situation, that would have been like one for the ages, right? It would have been like, no, you managed to overcome so much garbage and you still pulled it off. Like those are the ones that are extremely memorable. Unparalleled Dev says they were doubled up and sprites were on top of each other. Yep. Shadow DX, Locust blended into the background. So yeah, hard to see. Yeah. And again, I wasn't even at the time, if I tried to reconstruct this, my perceptual apparatus was such that I didn't even see the mummy, right? Because the mummy wasn't there before and my brain was just not willing to accept that suddenly there was a mummy, right? So for me, that was more like hard to see. Yeah, for me, that was more of a situation where like a parallel universe appeared. Like the wave function collapsed and suddenly there was a mummy, right? So it was like and my brain can't process that level of discontinuity, right? So it was just like not having it at all. I think that's the closest I can get to a scientific explanation for why I reacted the way I reacted and said, I have no idea how I died. Unparalleled Dev says Ghost is terrifying. The Ghost gets a lot less terrifying once you've played the game for hundreds of hours, right? The Ghost just at some point becomes a thing where it's like, it's terrifying if you're in a tight space. Otherwise, it's really not. And it's especially not terrifying if you have the jetpack, right? Because then you can just fly around it. It's not very fast. I think it's safe to say, just from the demos I've played up to now, that Spelunky 2, I think Spelunky 2, the Ghost is going to be faster. and B, I think there are situations where you can have more than one ghost. Um, but that's just like a thing that Derek built into the game because he didn't want to incentivize people to stay in the level very long as beginners. They were supposed to move on and not farm the entire level, which as I said in the earlier show, Noita is not doing at all. At least not that I can tell. Like Noita kind of wants you to farm the whole level because then you can get good stuff in the shop stages that are between the different biomes. Yeah, Parallel Dev says brilliant design. Yeah, it is. It is. That quote from Frank Lance that we love to read on the show has him saying that at first he felt that was a hindrance, but then he understood later why it was so good. I about jumped out of my seat when this happened. Yeah, Tripmo says you can have 2 ghosts in Spelunky 1. Wait, you can have 2 ghosts in Spelunky 1? Is that true? I've never seen it. If you can elaborate. I'm probably too dense to miss a very clever joke here. Dark level plus no jetpack or ropes, very scary ghost. What is this link that you just... Oh, let's see what this is. So this is a link that ShadowDX64 just sent. Let me go. What's happening here? Okay. Spelunky deaths are just straight up the best, right? It's like what? Yeah, it's always like some cause and effect thing. So what's happening here is the bomb didn't stick on the frog. The character killed the frog. The bomb's still there, and then they just drop back down. And what triggered the shopkeeper? Let's do it that way. I need to see this again. What triggered the shopkeeper? Sometimes did something... Oh, wait. Okay, so probably some debris. I'm going to frame my way through this now. Okay. I wish that left and right just went frame-wise through this clip. But it does not, right? Yeah, left and right is plus minus 5 seconds. Is there any control? Am I missing a button that would allow me to just one frame? Or do I have to literally hit the spacebar fast? Time Ghost and Graveyard Jungle. When you grab the skeleton mask thingy. Oh, really? Tripmo says if you grab the skeleton mask thingy, you can get a ghost. Well, that triggers a ghost. I thought that was the same ghost. You just taught me something about a game I've played 2,000 hours of. I did not know that you could have 2 ghosts because it's never happened to me. Double ghost if you take too long and grab the crystal skull. The gold, I think. Oh, yeah. So ShadowDX is saying that the gold probably... Yeah. There was probably a little speck of gold that came off that triggered the shopkeeper. Because the shopkeeper, as we all know, extremely touchy dude. Extremely touchy dude, right? The smallest thing. And it's all no matter what you set him off with, it is for sure your fault. The shopkeeper does not forgive. The only thing the shopkeeper does is gets extremely tame if a spike trap causes him to lose his gun. And then he just stands there and totally chills out. You can grab his gun and leave the level and he'll do absolutely nothing. And it's a thing of beauty. Okay, so I think at that point I did almost get to a full hour. So I like filling in the end with some chat and maybe some other stuff every now and then. Again, I keep on saying eventually we'll play Noita. Eventually we'll play whatever. I'm playing Battlegrounds right now, right? Hearthstone Battlegrounds, because it's amazing and it's free and it's open beta and everyone should try it out. But then we never get around to it because I spend so much time just talking about this game. Unparalleled Dev says sometimes a happenstance arrow trap will trigger him. Yeah. Oh, all kinds of different nut stuff will trigger him. Let's see. I keep on saying it, right? Like I'm gonna try to do this more often in the week. It will not be, maybe not. It will be spontaneous. It probably won't be archived on YouTube like this one. But I just want to get more time in doing this. Maybe in those shows I play different games that are not just Spelunky. We have an episode up on the podcast today, but it is a rerun. It's the Into the Breach episode with Justin Ma, which is amazing. The game is amazing, and Justin's a fantastic game designer. And you should, if you haven't listened to it, I can just say, please do yourself a favor and go listen to it. And other than that, in 2 weeks, I'll be back next week, but in 2 weeks, we will have Terry Kavanaugh on the show to probably mostly talk about Dicey Dungeons, but also there's no universe where we're going to have Terry on and I won't talk about the development or some of the design about VVV, which I still think is a fantastic game that everyone should play. Tripmo says, bye guys, love you, would love more like this. Thanks, Tripmo. You've been a very, very loyal listener, so thanks a lot for sticking around. We try, we haven't mentioned anything yet, we haven't announced anything yet, but we're definitely working on ramping this up in 2020, because some of us who were extremely, extremely locked down in 2019, like Doug and Zach, mostly like a lot. Doug was really busy with a lot of stuff. We'll have a lot more time to spend on this, so we're gonna probably step it up. But more on that to come soon. Take care. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at cursed, because that's how I died last week. And then we can always discuss the last week's death at the end of the next week. So I might bring up the dark level thing again. We'll see. Cool. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday, wherever you are, and a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Next Friday is going to be Black Friday. But I'll stream anyway, because we're just going to be doing like a little like Black Friday second Thanksgiving meal. Yeah, so I definitely will be here. Do not worry, I'm not going to take off. I will take off around the Christmas holiday, where there'll probably be like a 2 or 3 week hiatus, but I'll let you know in advance. Yep. Unparalleled, thank you for the stream, Andy. You're very welcome. I love doing it. Terry, VVV, Super Hexagon. Yeah, VVV, and Super Hexagon, I think, are like extremely formative indie games, right? That are just like signposts. I haven't played enough Dicey Dungeons yet to have an opinion about whether I think that that's on par in terms of his design sensibilities, but it seems as he's always challenging himself to do something that he hasn't really tried before. And this time I think he's making something that's significantly more accessible than his previous work, that was very much playing around with the idea of not spelling everything out or being very hard or very obfuscated. And then you watch him play it, he's kind of godlike at at Super Hexagon. Like, he can beat the game every time, I think, on every difficulty, which blows my mind, right? So that's not often the case, that developers are that good at their own. They're good at their own game, but not that good. But yeah, there's a video somewhere on YouTube of Terry beating the game on stage, I think, at a Fantastic Fest in Austin from like 5 or 6 years ago. And it's like he plays, I think it's like a 5-minute run, and it's just like, it's mesmerizing to watch him play it. I recommend that you go out and find that. But yeah, I'll try it again. I'll try to sign off again. You can find all this stuff later on. The VODs will be up in like 2 hours or so. I usually do this right away to get it out of the way. Spread the word. Like to have more people on the show. Hopefully one of my co-hosts in the future will make it with me here. But again, this year has been very challenging for most of us. Not the least person, me, because I'm, again, only had like 4 hours of sleep last night. So, but this perks me up very nicely on Friday morning. So again, have a great Friday, great weekend. Have a great Thanksgiving that next Thursday, if you celebrate that wherever you are. And I will see you here next Friday morning. So, signing off. Take care. Cheers.